What's up, Tasuo fam? Here today with one of my favorite archetypes at the moment, Wingweavers. Pretty basic build, easy to navigate and pilot. Let's jump right into it. So we're running 13 warriors. One of the Spider Queen, Celine Komu. Limit one of your side of the field. Thinking about bumping up to 2, but I have 2 searches they can search it from the deck by having one of these weapons in hand in this card. And then 1 calling of the dead zone to bring her back from the dead zone if she dies or if she ends up in the discard pile. So let's actually get into a little bit what she does. During your play or clash phase, you may cast off 2 cards from hand to target a card in the field and place a dragline counter on it. Cards with a dragline counter on it cannot defend, and when hostile, remain hostile until the end of the clash phase. So that means if you juggle them in the air, she sticks them with webs, and they're stuck in the air until the end of the clash phase. So free combos on them. Ability Venomous Kiss. While you have 1 or more K, you may target a warrior for X damage, where X equals warrior's current life. She has 6 life, so she can swing for 6. Super powerful. And then our strongest soldier, we got 4 copies of the Great Gerudo. This guy was actually banned a couple years ago because he was so powerful. 6 life, 4 Tasuo armor, which is on the high side, 2 body count, which isn't too bad for his output. I think he's a pretty good card economy card, if you will, for his cost. Let's get into the card. Effect: Treacherous Venomous Bite. Target warrior for X damage, where X equals this warrior's current life, and if successful, the target receives poison. So swings for X of his life, swings for 6 damage, does poison. And this is the reason why we nicknamed him the God Killer. His ability is Venomous Stance. When his warrior is attacked by a physical attack or targeted by a non-area attack by your opponent, target warrior opponent controls for 3 damage. If successful, poison again. So it has a defense mechanism and an attack. Absolutely busted card and beautiful. 4 copies of him. That's our boss monster. Then second in command, we have the Yasobiso. Shadow Pounce. Ninja Call. Target the card on the field with least life and destroy it. Except Yasobiso. It has 3 life, 1 body count, 2 Tasuo armor. During your end phase, while the arena is active, you may place this card face up to your hand. So nice little flip effect. Basically a man-eater bug, if you will. But he can come back if there's arena out with the poison going on from your attacker. Should go off pretty at a high rate. Pretty high rate. Badado. This is a tank right here, life 9. Spud Barbs. If his warrior is attacked by a physical attack, the attacker takes 1 damage, cannot attack the next class phase. Absolutely devastating. So we got a little bit of control in this deck. Once per turn, you may target a warrior class for 3 damage if the attack is successful against a beast, leaving a Mishu or Wingweaver warrior class, destroy the target. Great card. High Tasuo armor cost of 4 Tasuo armor, 2 body count. Just about worth it. It's a decent silver bullet card against his own archetype and insects and frogs. Alright, so that's it for the warriors. Let's get into the draw cards. So for draw cards, we'll draw and search, same category, just to make the video faster. We got 2 copies of the Carpus Sarcophagus. It's currently at 2. So 2 copies of it. Search for any card in the deck. Remove it from play and add it to your hand for a second end phase. 3 copies of Sage's Blessing. we're going for the Orbit 2. Remove 2 from your dead zone to draw 2 cards, but you can't e-call. We're not really e-calling in this deck. So this is a really good draw card in this deck. As you notice, I had 2 copies of Tasuo Love in it. I guess I might go down to 1, but everyone's high body count except for the Yosubutsu. So you lose 2 spiders, you're at 4. This card, if you draw this card where you have 4 body count, you get to activate it for free. So 2 copies of this. I don't honestly see why nobody runs 4, but 2 for now. And then 1 copy of the Buddhist Patience. Proclaim 3 cards, add 1 of those cards to your hand, and then shuffle the rest back to the deck. If you do, you cannot e-call cards or connect your charge phase this turn. Very costly. If really looking at the other cards that you utilize as a charge phase and e-call, so I mean you can't summon tokens that turn, can't use instead of charging effects or charge or build mana. So pick your poison. Sometimes you need an extra card though, so I think it's worth it. So that's it for the draw cards. Let's get into the spot removal. Since we do have a lot of high Tasuo armor cost warriors, we're running 2 copies of your Gutsu Ordeal. See if we can play warriors for free. Just can't attack that turn, which is fine. We remove 1 of the warriors and then play 1 of the warriors. I think it's worth not being able to attack that turn. And if you already got damage on them, they take the body count too, so it's a plus. The spider theme, this card doesn't really go off. Wingweaver Pit. When your opponent normal calls or ninja calls a card with 4 less life, target and destroy it. The average life is around 5 or 6, so it doesn't go off that much. But for the spider theme, it's in there. 1 copy of Buddha's Return. Cast out 1 from top of your deck and 2 cards from hand. If you do, target a card your opponent controls and return to the top of the owner's deck. Absolutely filthy. Great spot removal. Divine Hatred. Destroy cards of life. Get her gone. Then we got a Divine Backlash. 1 copy of this. I could run 4, but I'm not that degenerate. Destroy cards that attack that turn. AK Mini Mirror Force. Weaver's Den. This card is in there just to stick with spider themes. It can be very helpful. What it does is it removes from play cards in the dead zone. So your opponent's trying to set up dead zone plays. Or dead zones, if you're not familiar with the games, the discard pile. Trying to set up discard piles, you can use Weaver Den to remove from play those cards from the dead zone. And it lets you orbit 1, but if you're running spiders, you get to orbit a card for every spider you control. So you can get crazy with that. Then we're running 2 copies of Lightning Strikes Twice. Get rid of that back row. Heavy Hurricane. Just to surprise them with a removable trap. And then what's cool about this trap is once it goes off, I can set another responsive card for my hand face down, so I can go. So I got this, I got as if in my hand, I can pop this on it, do this, boom, pop on the turn, and then set this during their turn. And then my turn activates, I have something I can activate during my turn because that card will be set for 1 turn. Still, nice little cool mechanic there. Small Chaotic Storm, pop arenas, so it's that one, but it says be faced up. This hits anything. Then let's get into, I guess, the Omni Gates, 2 as ifs. And that's it for the Omni Gates. Calling it a day, as I mentioned earlier. Get some resource back. And then, speaking of resources, these Divine Destinies, I can cheese. I'm only running 13 warriors, so this card helps a lot with going through my deck and adding a special summoning a warrior I can use in battle, but I gotta have the weapon in hand to use it. So 2 of these are actually Celine Como's weapons, so to go on theme with that, and also give her a printed attack that I don't have to have K for. It's a one-handed weapon, so I'm running 2 copies of it, so 1 for each hand. And then last, we've got a protection. We're running 2 copies of Graceful Pari. It can be used from the dead zone by orbiting it in -7 clash gauge. It prevents any damage, whether it's targeting or not. Very great card. I suggest everyone at least runs 1. 2 copies of Calibrated Counter, because Calibrated Counter is at 1 right now. The 1 restraints at 2. I could put 2 in there, but I don't have a lot of room. And then the 4 Viking Battle Cry, because it's at 4. And that's it for the Wingweaver deck profile. Hope you guys tune in. Get some games in. Any spider enthusiasts, this is a great deck to make. Super easy to build and pilot, like as I mentioned before. All right, this is your Tasuo Player Guide, sending out. Have a great day.